Hi guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to do a quick tutorial on the two things that I get asked about the most, which are the highlighting and contouring and a smoky eye. So I've already prepped my face today with my concealer and my foundation, which are the same two that I've showed you in my other videos, by Physicians Formula. And I've also done my lips and eyebrows. So just real quick, I'm really loving right now by Smashbox this lip gloss. You can see that. And Babe Alert, it's the Smashbox Always On Liquid Lipstick. So it does last and last and last for hours, which I love. I did go ahead and put my gloss over it because you guys know I love my lip gloss. It is the Plumping Serum Max Pout by Hard Candy, and I just got this at Walmart. Okay, so let's jump right in. So with highlighting and contouring, the main concept is anything that you contour is going to give the look of like recession, or it's going to kind of recede, and anything that you highlight, it's going to kind of like pop out more. So with the contouring, I usually use kind of like a smaller but fluffy brush. Again, this is the bronzer that I'm really liking right now. It's Butter Bronzer, also by Physicians Formula. Okay, so I just kind of load my brush with that. I usually blow my brushes a little bit just to get off the excess. So I'm gonna start actually up here at my forehead, just lightly, and I'm going to do, like I mentioned in my last video, kind of like a number 3, starting at my temple, coming down under my cheekbone, because again, we want this area to kind of recede a little bit to give us this nice, beautiful pop of our cheekbone. And then I'm gonna come down under my chin line. And this also just kind of really accentuates like your jawline. But you don't want it to look too, you know, orangey. It's really important to blend it out. Blend, 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 blend. Okay, so that's one side. You can kind of see the difference like with nose, and then you can see how my cheekbone is really contoured. And you can even kind of suck in your cheeks a little bit to see where that natural line is. Some people even take like a thinner brush and literally draw on a little line and then blend, blend, blend. Okay. So then again, starting up at my temple and coming down. You see how that makes a 3? Whoop, whoop, number 3. I love that trick. It was one of the first things that I learned that I loved when I was learning about makeup. Okay. Blend, 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 blend. And it's raining outside, so sorry if that camera picks up any of that rain sound in the background. Just adds a little ambiance. Okay. The other thing that you can do is get like I always use like kind of like a flat, my brush just broke. A flat skinny brush like that. Okay. Because you can contour other parts of your face. You can do your nose. I have kind of like a thin, narrow bridge of my nose, but you can do kind of like a line down your nose. If you had kind of like a wider bridge that came out more, you can kind of draw your line in a little bit, and it kind of fakes the look of like a thinner bridge of your nose. Can you guys see that? But again, make sure it's blended because you don't want it to look crazy. Okay. And the other thing that I do is I just go in and I add a little tiny right under my lip and blend. And I think it just kind of recedes that down and therefore kind of like makes your bottom lip pop out more or look kind of pouty and full. Okay, and then again, my two favorite highlighters right now are the Ofra highlighter Star Island. And I'm gonna get a real fluffy brush. And you're gonna add this kind of on your forehead, a little bit on your nose, right above those cheekbones. Okay, so right above where I just put my contour. You see that pretty shimmer right there, where the light's hitting that? And it just really adds like a lot of dimension to your face. You do have to be careful. One thing that I noticed is anywhere where you have like a lot of like fine lines and wrinkles, like I tend to get these little tiny lines here, but I do love to put a little shimmer here. Your highlighter can kind of like settle into those creases and kind of like accentuate that, which is what you don't want. So sometimes less is more. You just want like a little bit of shimmer. That being said, I am going to take my Nomad Illuminated Highlighting Powder. Oop. I told you guys that I would drop something in every video. It's gonna be my calling card. Don't know if that's really what you want to be known for, but it's what I do. Alright, so it looks like that. I'm gonna put a little bit on my ring finger. I'm gonna put a little highlight on the end of my nose. Right here on my Cupid's bow. And then I usually will take a little brush. Okay, and dip that in my highlight. And I like to dab it just in the corners of my eyes. And sometimes either with your, that means to blend it a little bit more, with your, depending on what kind of eyeshadow you're using, or sometimes I will use my highlight and also come right under my eyebrow, up on my brow bone. Okay, so that's your highlight and contour. Pretty easy. A couple little products makes a big difference. Okay. Trying to lean into the light so you guys can see that. Okay, so now let's move on to our smoky eye. And I'm going to be using my Too Faced blah 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 Sweet Peach palette. Okay, I'm going to start by lining my bottom lash line with this tiny little brush. I kind of like the look of a eyeshadow sometimes instead of a pencil. I just feel like it's a little bit of a softer look. I am going to actually, what I was doing was wetting my brush down a little bit. So because I am using a powder. Okay, I'm going to use Tempting, which is this nice smoky black. Okay, and I'm going to try to use a smaller compact so I'm not covering so much of my face today, guys. So you can see a little bit more what I'm doing. So I'm not going into my waterline because that will actually make your eyes appear a little bit smaller, but I'm going right into the lashes. Okay. Let's see. Right into the lash line. Okay. And then when I do my smoky eye, I usually pick 3 colors. So I pick my first color that's gonna be my lightest color, and that's gonna go, typically I'll bring it all the way from my lash line all the way up to under my eyebrows. That's why you want it to be kind of a light color, because it's gonna cover your entire eyelid. So typically I'll start kind of with one of these lighter ones. I think today we'll do Peaches and Cream. So because I'm kind of doing this all over, I get like a thicker brush, like a fluffier brush, and I really like load it on. Okay. And then I just come in and cover my eyelid in that. I also really like using these like lighter kind of highlight colors on your eyelid, because I feel like once you get your other colors on there and your liner, you still get just a little sliver of this shimmer peeking out, and I think it's really pretty. Okay. So color number 1, it's just gonna be your lightest color. You're gonna brush it all over your eyelid. Okay, so then you're gonna pick your second color, and it's usually like a more medium color. And this is going to be the color that goes in your crease. And for today, I'm gonna use this brown here. See that? Charmed, I'm sure. Okay, so I'm gonna use a little bit of a thinner brush. It's still a little bit fluffy. It'll still pick up a good amount of shadow. And I'm going to, where did I put my compact? Oh. Okay. So I'm gonna paint this. I don't know why I keep saying painting. Maybe that's why they call it a war paint or painting your face. I guess you kind of are painting. It's my favorite kind of art. Okay. Okay, so this is my medium color, and I'm just coming back and forth in my crease. I just hit my face with the shadow. Good job, Kristen. Okay, and then I'll even just take my finger and kind of blend this little line up. I want that line a little bit softer, so I'm gonna take a fluffy blending brush, and I'm gonna go back over that line to kind of soften it just a little bit. Blending is essential. Okay, can you guys see that? So that's my second color. And then I'm gonna pick my third and my darkest color. And this one I'll usually go in twice. So I'll go in initially before I add my liner, and then I'll come back again and I'll kind of add a little bit more after I line my top eyelids. Okay, so I think today, just to be a little bit fun, I think I'm gonna use Peach Pit, which is actually kind of like a deep, deep purple. My eyes are more green, so it'll really make your eyes pop too if you kind of go opposite the color wheel. Although I do tend to stick a lot to like browns and golds, and I feel like those colors are really flattering shadows for any eye color. Okay, so Peach Pit. Get this deep purple. Plus I think this purple will look really pretty with the kind of corally lipstick that I have on. I keep losing my compact. Okay. Alright, So I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna start kind of like at the midpoint on my eyelid, right here in the crease. I'm gonna start coming down, and then I'm gonna start at the midpoint on my lash line, and I'm gonna connect the two. Kind of like when you were in school. Remember in math, the greater than and less than sign? That's what you're drawing on your eyelid. Okay, so starting halfway in the crease and halfway at the lash line, connecting the two into like a little triangle. Okay, so just halfway. Can you guys see that? All right, I'm gonna put that over here for a second. The other thing that you can do that's optional, I'll add it in today just for fun. You can use either one of the seam colors or like a fourth color, and you can bring a color just slightly under your bottom lash line. I'm gonna use this kind of like reddy brown summer yum. Again, this is like an optional step. It looks really good even without this, but just kind of fun sometimes to add a little extra. Okay. I'm not bringing it way down, but just a little bit under my lash line. Okay, so that's what we got so far. Okay, and then I'm gonna come in with a liquid liner. This is, let's see, I Do Liquid Eyeliner by Ico London. It's called That's Where I Draw the Line. Can you see that? It's kind of cute. This was one of the little liners that I got in one of my Ipsy subscriptions. I like live off of my Ipsy makeup, you guys. I love it. I feel like you get so much. And I usually really love the product, so totally worth it. Okay, so it's got like a tiny little, almost like a felt marker. See that? Okay. I'm gonna start on the inside. Trying to get better at not pulling on my eyes. I might have to, I'm not gonna lie. Okay. And I'm drawing out that little cat eye. Whew. I think liquid liner is the hardest step to try to do on camera or in a little mirror. Okay, so I did my eyeliner. I will work on getting better at doing my eyeliner on camera. Liquid liner can be tough. So here's with the liner. And then like I said, sometimes I'll even go in and come back again with my darkest color, like after I line my eyes. So I'll pick up a little bit more of that deep purple peach pit color. And I'll come back one more time and almost kind of bring it down to meet my little eyeliner wing. Don't be afraid to play with it. A smoky eye is supposed to be intense. Intensity is okay. Don't be afraid of it. Embrace it. And the thing is If you're not used to wearing a lot of makeup and it feels like too much, you can always blend it more. Blend it out if you don't want it quite that intense. Okay? Just play with it and find what feels right for you. And the more you do it and the more you play with it, the better you'll get. Okay, so now we're gonna do our mascara. And I'm gonna use my favorite drugstore, L'Oreal Voluminous. Love this one. Okay. What do you guys do when it's raining outside? You make videos? Okay. And I mentioned this in my last video too. You always want to kind of twist. You don't want to pump back and forth because it gets air into your mascara. It'll dry out quicker and it also promotes bacteria growth and you don't want that. I always start kind of, my lashes are the longest at the outside. I start there and then I come in. I'll even kind of hold my wand a little bit more this way if I need to. Blink into it. And then I also hold it more up and down to kind of paint my lower lashes. Okay. I don't know what it is about doing mascara that makes us make such silly faces. I just got one tiny little clump. Might have had a little too much excess mascara on my wand. And if I can't brush it off with my wand, I will just go in lightly with my finger like that. Okay. So I got one side of eyelashes. Let's do the other side. So I don't usually curl my lashes. You definitely can. It does kind of open up the eye. I'm just not a big fan. Like I've told you guys, I break all the rules. That's okay. There's no makeup police that's gonna come arrest you. But I use my wand to kind of push my lashes up. Like a push-up bra. I always end up getting a little bit of mascara on my eyelid. Like, always. Okay. Paint these lower lashes. It's amazing what a little mascara does. Really adds so much. I feel like if you can only do a couple things, mascara is one of the most important. Like you could almost get away with just like mascara and a little lip gloss. I'll do a video on that, like my 5 essential things. That's all you can buy. Okay, so that is our highlight and contour and my smoky eye look. Don't forget to subscribe and like below. Thank you guys. Much love. Have a great weekend.